Hey gang, Ronan here. Welcome on back to the Retrocade. It's Saturday, and that means it's time to bring back one of my favorite features that I created when I put this channel online for the first time. It is Sports Saturday. Sports Saturday is where we do a deep dive into a classic sports game from the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th generation. And with the NHL regular season winding down, I figured as the playoffs are scheduled to start on Monday, let's play some hockey. It's the 3rd time we've played hockey in this series, but the first time in a while. But we're not just playing any hockey, we're playing Mutant League Hockey. As always, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, hit the bell to be notified of the latest content. You can follow us on Instagram at Ronan's Retrocade. We post information about all new and upcoming episodes as well. You can follow along with our current playthrough of the 1986 all-time classic, The Legend of Zelda. We're about halfway through that playthrough. We'll pick it up in the early part of next week, and I hopefully will have it all done by more or less next weekend. Also, spread the word about our channel so we can hit 100 subscribers as soon as possible. That way we can unlock the YouTube customization algorithm and make this channel bigger and better. Along with Sports Saturday, we will have the return of Suckerpunch Sunday coming tomorrow, where we play a classic fighting or fighting platform-based game from the golden age of from about 1984 to about 1999. We'll also have our one-day features as well as WTF Wednesday coming back further down the line. Keep an eye and an ear out for those, as I will have them coming hopefully pretty soon. And if there's a game you'd like to see us feature from the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo, the Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, or MegaDrive, SNK, Neo-Geo, Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, or PlayStation 2, leave it in the comments below or drop me a line on Instagram, and it can be any game from those systems that you want. So what we're going to do today in playing... And actually, I realized after the fact that we are gone ahead, and actually I'm going to do a quick soft reset on this really fast because I didn't realize it was going to allow me to not pick the teams. The reason why I want to play Mutant League Hockey is because it's a game that, one, I had never played before, and two, frankly, I'd never even heard of it. But it was a game that came out in 1994 for the Sega Genesis. And we're just gonna play a regular season game, and I think we're gonna do the Dark Star Dragons versus the Mighty Weenies, because why else not? We're gonna do a 5-minute game in the Fog Dome. We're gonna have penalties on. We'll turn reserves on, and the death index, I believe, is the difficulty level, and I'm just gonna put it at 1 because I don't know how hard this game is or what have you. But this game came out by Electronic Arts, and it was a follow-up to the original Mutant League game, which was Mutant League Football. And they based this game off of the NHL 93 platform that was a highly successful and highly coveted game. Not quite as much as 1994 or NHL 94, but it was no slouch. But as you can see, it's got a few different bells and whistles to it, in that the players are armored ghouls of varying sizes, and there are different obstacles in the middle of the ice. But how you play it is pretty straightforward. You have your players on the ice, and it is trying to get the puck in the net while also avoiding shark fins and holes in the ice. And the further along the game goes, you will start seeing other implements show up that essentially become weapons. And unlike in the NHL version, if you take a player out, they're out of the game permanently. Oh, as I shot that one wide, and they sent it up over the glass into the mesh, so we'll do a face-off. But if you're familiar with hockey, I mean, what I like about games like this, and there's been no shortage of games over the years on multiple consoles who have tried to add a twist to sports that we are obviously familiar with. I mean, you think about games like Double Dribble, and they had for the Nintendo Entertainment System, they had games like Arch Rivals. No, I wanted to go the other way. But obviously the most famous example of that, of a game that really kind of lampooned what we knew about... Ooh, do we have a... Oh, that was a quick first period. I love how the Zamboni is just a big monster that comes by and cleans up the ice. But, again, the most obvious example of that was NBA Jam, which created a mechanic that poked fun at the NBA, but in a good way. So, I mean, if you're familiar with the NHL brand from EA, then this is going to seem old hat to you. But Mutant League Football was obviously the big hit because, like most sports, if you have a football version of it, that's the one that's going to get the most appeal. Now, they did do a Mutant League Basketball, but it was by the time the series reached its end at around the mid-90s, it wasn't received as well. And also, the Mutant League series didn't come out on other platforms. So it was a Genesis exclusive. Now, we did play NHL 94 way back in our second Sports Saturday feature, where I played my Boston Bruins versus the formerly Hartford Whalers, now the Carolina Hurricanes, and we lost in overtime. So far in this series, I have a record of 10 wins versus 6 losses. Even though we've played, this is the 19th episode in the series, there were some that I did where there wasn't necessarily a winner or a loser, so I didn't take those into account. So I like how this is a fast-paced game. I mean, we've already burned through 2 periods. We've only got 1 more to go, and we've only been playing for about 8 minutes. But while we've got some time here, I'll give you some background on Mutant League Football. When it came out in 1993 for the Genesis, EA, again, utilized the Madden 93 engine to create that game, just like they utilized NHL 93 for this one. So, really, it was just a matter of giving it, again, a spit and a polish and changing things around to give it a different, fresh look. Now, let's see if we can get a goal on the board here. It would be nice to get a win in a hockey game, because we also have played the NES classic from Konami, Blades of Steel, and we got absolutely pasted in that one. I gave up 6 unanswered goals in the final period to lose. Ah! He went in the hole. It's 2 guys in the hole. Now, the guys will come back, in theory, as we lose the Weenies lose a guy in the hole. Oh, gave him a good check there. Oh, and we finally got a penalty. Next one of you goes into the penalty box. I'm going to nail it shut. Penalty for excessive force on number 42, Blood Clot. Okay. So now the Weenies have a power play. It's a 1-minute power play. We have a little over 2 minutes to go in regulation. As we sent the puck wide. Can we get the shorthanded goal? Not quite. I think that ended the power play. But we got 25 seconds to go, and we tripped on an obstacle, I think. Come on, give me the puck. And that is the end of regulation. So we're going to go to extra time here, and we'll have a 5-minute overtime period. But, see, this is one of the things that I like about being able to do a Sports Saturday feature, is that these games don't always go a full half an hour, although I made the mistake early on in this series of playing PGA Tour Golf, and that went an hour and a half because I realized I did so well in the first round that I ended up playing the whole tournament and winning it, which is not an easy thing to do on that version of the game for the Genesis. And then we played Bases Loaded for the NES. That one took about 45 minutes. And it's a bit of a slog, but, you know, this one may not go the full half an hour, and that's fine. But the last time we found ourselves in an overtime period, again, we go back to NHL 94, and we lost about 10-15 seconds in. Uh-oh. Now they got numbers. Good poke check. Oh, come on, give me the puck. See if we can get the attack here. And we score! We score and we get the winner. The Dragons have defeated the Weenies 1-0. Which is not something I ever expected to say in playing a sports game to this point in my life. As somebody who worked in media for a really, really long time, you come up with some really interesting names for teams, but Weenies usually isn't one of them. But now we can get a chance to see the replay on this. So we get the slow-mo as I came around here, picked up the puck. And this is typical in hockey. You want to sit behind the net so the goalie can't see where you're coming from. Get a man up and open, and then fire it home left side off the post. And that is your ball game. So we ended up having 15 shots on goal to the Weenies 10. The Weenies had one power play. They didn't convert. We won 2 faceoffs. They won 5. We checked them into oblivion, 24-1. But Weenie checks, they beat us 39-8. The Weenies had 4 deaths in the game. Nobody ended up going under the ice, and we didn't have a fight. But ultimately, it was our man Bloodclot who got the goal, or Rammer got the goal, rather, when we needed it. So that, everybody, in 15 minutes or less, is Mutant League Hockey, and I think what I'm going to do is because we have a little bit of time, why not? I think I'll do a different team here. Whoop. Actually, what we'll do is we'll keep the teams and we'll move it to Bloody. We'll see how that goes. We'll keep the penalties on. We'll keep the reserves enabled. We'll keep it at 5-minute periods. And we'll see just how much harder this version is. But I do like the cartoonish aspect of this. And being a 16-bit game... Oh, as I sent that one wide in front of the net. Oh, and I sent that one wide. I had an open shot at the goal. But one of the things that I've always liked about the Genesis especially, and this is not to cast aspersions on the Super NES, because, you know, I didn't have a Super NES growing up, so I'm more familiar with the Genesis. But having played Super NES games, it speaks more to this era of gaming in that I love the way the colors are. I like the fidelity of the graphics, and again, like I do with most of my games, I'm playing on. So we get a 1-minute penalty for slicing. Ooh, and it's on the weenies. Okay, so we get the power play for a minute. But again, I'm playing on the Fusion 3.64 emulator from Sega, which is, granted, it is an older. It's an older emulator, but it's still a very, very good emulator. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, is how I look at it. As he gets checked into the water. Oop, sent it the wrong way. We're under 20 seconds to go in the first period. This could be an icing if I can get down here. Get over there. Or nope. We get to the end of the first period. So, still no score. As the Great Worm Zamboni comes through to clean the junk off the ice. Let's see what we can do here in period 2. Try the one-timer and couldn't get it to go. Oh, nice save. But we have another penalty. And it's on us, because the next one of you goes in the box, I'm going to nail it shut. Minute penalty for wounding on Rapier. But this does seem like the sort of game that a game designer would have looked at back in the 90s, or even now. I can see this very much as an indie game. And thinking, hey, this would be a cool idea. Because why not? As that one skips off over the glass, we'll have a face-off. I have to be careful because you use B to change the player you're using, and if you are not careful... Ooh, is I got a breakaway here? I couldn't get over there to put it in the net. But yeah, it's really easy to take the control of the goalie. And let's we're gonna have a penalty here. And I guess that's gonna, my guess is it'll be interference. Let's see. Making slushies. I think that's their way of saying interference, which is when you go into the goalie. In hockey, you are not allowed to touch the goalie. And I better do something here, because I think I have a left winger who is about to bite it. So I'll swap him. And in this game, if your players run out of health, they are dead for the rest of the match. You are completely... Whoop. Get over there. Without their services for the remainder of the night. And that is the end of the second period. So still looking for our first goal in this second contest. very level-headed in this game, and I hate that. If you don't break this tie, your heads will be level with your butts. Alright, well, let's see if we can break the scoreless gridlock here. Oh, I gave it away. Tried to send it in from the blue line. No. Sent it wide, and I sent my guy into the drink. Oh, and they scored. Fired it from just about near the blue line, and now the Winnies are up 1-0. So now we've got 3 minutes to go, and we got to come up with a goal in a hurry. As we got Molotovs coming down on the ice. And that one will go into the stands, and we'll have another face-off. Then that. Oh, we got a fight. They went after the ref. I didn't know that could happen in this game. Forget going after the other team, they went after the ref. That's awesome. And again, I've never played this game until today. So I had no idea what to expect. And that was definitely something I wasn't expecting. But that was brilliant. Oh, I thought he was going to be able to fire that in. Instead, he fell into the hole. Darn it. Okay, we got 30 seconds here. And that is the horn, and that is the end of it. So, we end up drawing even. But I will say, because we won the first match, I will chalk it up as a win. But that, everybody, is Mutant League Hockey for the Sega Genesis from 1993. If you've enjoyed that, and I hope you have, best way to show it is hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, ring the bell to be notified of the latest content. If you've never played this game and you like sports games, and you have the means to go take a look at it, give it a try. I mean, it's not a hard game to learn. You saw the action, it's pretty kinetic, and you just never know entirely what to expect. So, in some ways, that's the best version of a sports game that you can hope for, is that you just never know what's going to show up. So, again, help us spread the word about the channel so we can reach our goal of 100 subscribers as soon as possible and make this channel bigger and better. You can also follow us on Instagram at Ronin's Retrocade. Take a look out for our one-day features and WTF Wednesday. They'll be coming up in the near future. And we will also have Suckerpunch Sunday tomorrow, where we'll play a classic fighting or fighting platform-based game from the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th generation. And if there is a game you would like to see us feature from the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo, the Sega Master System, Sega Genesis or MegaDrive, SNK Neo-Geo, Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, or PlayStation 2, leave it in the comments below or drop me a line on Instagram, and it can be any game you want. And until tomorrow, where we will get back into the groove of playing some good old-fashioned fighting games, I'm Ronin. It has been great to enjoy the Sports Saturday with you. Be safe, be well, happy gaming, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.